All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Q&A live stream number 168. It's approximately 9:11 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. Today is, sorry, let me get the date here real quick. Today is Saturday, July 24th, 2021. So this is Q&A live stream number 168. So I want to welcome everyone to the live stream. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. And I did too. But I'm glad everybody's here. So we'll give people a couple of minutes to join, and we will begin our discussions for tonight. So a lot going on currently with the liquidations and stuff, and the Avenel Kmart actually recently just closed their layaway section. So something tells me they might be on the verge of closing soon. I know it's been rumored now for a couple of months, but we might actually be getting confirmation that the store is closing because someone actually visited the store today and the layaway section wasn't open. So, and the store itself, they have no idea if they're going to make it to Christmas, unfortunately. So they might fall victim to the next round of Sears and Kmart store closures, unfortunately. So. Hello, Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator Fan 102. How are you? Hey, Dr. Waluigi. How are you? Hello, Border Butter Boy. How are you? Yes, you're here on time. There's no penalties or anything. What do you think of my new profile picture of the school bus? It's pretty neat. I went to Brooks Outlet. That's cool. So nothing being liquidated yet at Hilco. Obviously, liquidation companies are not going to be updating their websites on weekends because the corporation, they don't have their offices, and their IT teams are typically not in the office on the weekends. So the IT team is only in on the weekdays. So that site should be updated hopefully this week. Have you heard of Brooks Outlet? No, I have not. And I'm sure that's a store that's only in Texas. Brooks Outlet. Yeah, they're definitely only a store, 400 stores. It's probably in the middle of America. Yeah, just in Texas. Yeah, definitely like upper lower Midwest. Like it looks like it's one location per state. Yeah, that's what it looks like, which is interesting. None in Florida, but it's literally one location per state. Like they have them in New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and Tennessee, which is interesting. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm not worried about it because I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, and I strongly do encourage people to get vaccinated because it's the right thing to do at this point. But I'm not going to be here and make an argument or debate on the vaccine. I mean, it's your body, your choice. But I do strongly encourage anyone who has not been vaccinated yet to get the vaccine because it really would help prevent another wave. And the last thing we need in this country is another shutdown. I'm seeing protests in Sydney, and it's really bad. I mean, it's now their fifth lockdown. Could you imagine? I mean, let alone the United States has only had one lockdown. But I mean, compared to Australia, like it's just. I mean, yeah, no, we cannot afford another lockdown because then really, if we had another lockdown, say goodbye to Sears and Kmart, say goodbye to Neiman Marcus, definitely say goodbye to J.C. Penney, and say goodbye to any Macy's stores that are not A stores. That's what would happen in a second shutdown. Yeah, it might be getting the axe. I mean, given that there's no more layaway at the Avenel Kmart store, it might very well be getting the axe. But we'd have to call. Somebody would have to call and confirm. Unfortunately, I could not because they actually reduced their hours and they're closing at 6 now. It would be a shame too, but who knows? They might finally get the axe for that one, especially if they're not taking layaway anymore. It's an ICE made by Navestar. Okay. So you're talking about the school bus. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, it's just I get mixed up in like when I'm on conversation, I have all these other people asking me questions, so I want to make sure I get to everyone's question and stuff. So that Express in Philadelphia is wrapping up liquidation, I believe. Hilco. It's funny. Hilco was literally using the same signs that were inside Lord and Taylor and that Express store in Philadelphia now. It's funny. East Oakland residents are opposing the decision for Walgreens to close, but yet they won't care for a Sears and Kmart. Shows you where your priority is. Yeah, it's back to virtual learning. I mean, I'm like still gonna be online. I'm only having one class in person. The rest of my classes are virtual. So I was virtual all spring because the vaccine wasn't rolled out a lot, and then fall 2020 last year, everything was remote, literally, because there was no vaccine yet. But um, yeah, I hear they're also bringing back what's it called? I hear they're also bringing back mask mandates. So any place that has a mask mandate, if you go like in Los Angeles now, or if you're in St. Louis, Missouri, and if you go in an indoor space, you have to put this on again on your face when you're going into a business, which kind of sucks. But I mean, I'm kind of the whole used to the whole mask thing. I mean, I'm happy that New Jersey has not required its residents to wear this since May 28th, but if COVID does rise again in New Jersey and not enough people are vaccinated, at least the unvaccinated population, I guess we're back to wearing masks. But these guys are still required in medical facilities, any hospitals, healthcare settings, and anything that has to do with transportation. That's not limited to Ubers and mass transit systems and airplanes. You still have to wear a mask. That makes sense. I'm sure when I go for in-person learning, I'm sure I'm going to have to wear a mask. So I'm pretty good, Schwazi. How are you? Well, maybe you should. I mean, you still can. I mean, you could technically, because it's. I mean, the program is. It's still there. Yeah. It's just. I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole thing. It's just amazing. Like, I was looking at. I was going through. I think it was my one of my social media accounts, and it's like it was incredible. Like of how everything just changed. Like 2019 really truly was the last year when everything was normal, and then 2020 hit and retail got very bad and impact. You still will need a mask in the fall. Oh, Long Beach, Colorado. Oh, that's right. It did close. I don't know. I think that closed recently. It either closed the 18th or the 2nd of May. I'm not 100% on that one. I know. I miss it too. I really do. It's because I mean, you're still limited to what, I mean, it's not that you're not limited. The world is open, but it's just, there's still crazy stuff going on. So it stinks. I mean, I hope things return to normal soon, but it's the pandemic is the main problem. Even the Olympics today, they were having a bunch of positive cases for COVID. Unfortunately, and now they're saying there's breakthrough COVID cases across the country. So it's just a mess. I miss personally. I miss like the 2016 to like 2019. Those were the golden years, and then everything just went downhill from there. Unfortunately, and we had all the retail closings. I mean, 2018 was pretty bad too for retail, but 2020 was a lot worse. Seems that the even years the retail is really bad, but the odd years it's not as bad. I don't know if you guys noticed the pattern. Like last year was just horrible. I mean, you had yeah, 2006, 2009 there was no controversy. Everyone kept their things shut. Is there any Pizza Huts left? The closest Pizza Hut to me is in Hackensack. And I love Pizza Hut stuffed crust. I almost want to get that at some point, but it's so good too. It's just I mean I don't have a close one to me, unfortunately, and I do miss Pizza Hut, and I would try it again. I would have it again. It was the stuffed crust that was really good. It's funny they're the official pizza, I believe, of the NFL. Yeah, because the whole Papa John's controversy, which I'm not going to get into for reasons being. Um, so so yeah, I have a Pizza Hut near me, but I missed that one 2006 to 2009. Such a good era. Hopefully things will be back to normal. Hey, Hasma Studios, how are you? Oh yeah, no, the music now is garbage. Hey Joe, how are you? I probably will. Hopefully things won't be weird because that would really stink like garbage. Just trying to be, appropriate. There's some music that's not bad, but yeah, definitely the music was definitely a lot better 10 years ago or even 20 years ago. It wasn't bad. E10? No. High Scorch. That's a tough one. I think they're gonna last till the very end. If things were to get really bad, Kmart by default would last longer because Kmart is deemed by the US government as an essential retailer. But I don't know. They could go offline at the same time. They could go like fries, honestly. And man, that would suck. But it's funny. Their store count is getting. I mean, they're down to what 43, and when Lord and Taylor was liquidating, they were down to 38. And here's the irony in this: they're only 5 stores away. 5 stores. See how I have one, two, three, four, 5 fingers? They're only 5 stores away from the same count that Lord and Taylor had when they were going to crap the bed. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing how they're 5 stores away. I mean, granted, there's still 4 of them currently liquidating, but going forward in about a month or so, they're only going to be 5 stores away from where Lord and Taylor was, and then we'll see what happens. I don't think so. If it's an outlet store, then it's fine. Has anyone been to Hooters? Definitely not. And in fact, they just closed one near me recently, and they're actually turning it into a Chick-fil-A. Those lines are ridiculously. What do people love about Chick-fil-A so much? I mean, what's so special about it? I just don't get it. What's so special about a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A? Yes, 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 yes. The faint. Oh my God, I remember the popcorn at Target and the pizza. You know what I loved? I loved the Pizza Hut Express at Target. Man, that brings back memories. I guess it's like Little Caesars at Kmart, but man, the Pizza Hut Express at Target. I want Pizza Hut again. Only the closest one wasn't in freaking Hackensack. Do you remember Circuit City? And what are your favorite memories there? So unfortunately, Dr. Waluigi, I was never inside a physical Circuit City. I was more of a Best Buy kind of kid. But I do remember seeing like pictures of Circuit City and stuff. It was a cool store. Don't get me wrong, but Best Buy definitely was the better looking store than say Circuit City. It's not to say Circuit City was terrible. It just wasn't a it just wasn't a what's it called? It just wasn't a great store rather. I mean, okay, it was okay, let me rephrase that. It was a good store for the time being, but it was, the stores were starting to show its signs of problems and decline, unfortunately. So that's why they went out. Wow. Yeah, don't go to Hooters. Also, that place really is nothing special at all. It's disgusting. Yeah, no, a lot of their restaurants are disgusting, unless you're going to Vegas. But don't stay at the Hooters Hotel because that's an awful place to stay. Because you smell pot everywhere you go. Lesson learned: never take your girlfriend to Hooters if you have one. That's a pretty good lesson. It's not. I mean, it's not even that. It's just not the right place to take your girlfriend. You want to take your somewhere romantic, like what's a nice place to take a girl? And everyone's gonna sound crazy for this. Cracker Barrel. It sounds crazy, but honestly, it's such a nice ambiance, and the girl will be like, "Oh my god, there's so much nostalgic here." So, that's why too, and also like a fancy restaurant too, like where it's a nice ambiance too. So the chicken is so good, and like Chick-fil-A, not as good as Cracker Barrel. I'm finally going to one Thursday. I've literally been looking forward to it ever since COVID. The last time I'd sat in a Cracker Barrel was right before I left for college. So I've been looking forward to this for almost 2 years now. I'm literally counting down the days because I love their breakfast. And I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I mean, their breakfast is delicious. It is delicious. It is so good, especially their pancakes. Now, note to self: when you attach yourself to some item on Cracker Barrel, make sure it's not something seasonal and fruity because I've watched videos on those things. Always attach to the basic stuff because they're not going to get rid of their pancakes. I mean, that's it. That those pancakes, especially the Mama's Pancake Breakfast Combo, it is a breakfast staple of Cracker Barrel, and it's so much better than IHOP. I'm sorry, but they just IHOP pancakes are wet and pasty, and the only way that IHOP pancakes taste good is if you make what's it called? If you put like different flavors on the actual cakes, then they taste all right because they have all the kinds of stuff. But no, Cracker Barrel so much better. Waffle House, yeah, unless you're going there at 2 a.m. in the morning and you just absolutely wasted and you had a little too much alcohol, then I would say you go to Waffle House because Waffle Houses are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And even and it's funny, I was watching this I think it was on CBS Sunday Morning when the Super Bowl was in Atlanta in 2019. Um, they actually did a story on Waffle House and FEMA, which is a government agency in the United States. When they know that a Waffle House is completely gone, they know that the area is in a total disaster mode. Like the area is completely destroyed by a tropical storm. So I think that's good too to have a restaurant like that. Unfortunately, New Jersey does not have Waffle Houses, but the next closest thing we have is a Huddle House. I've never been, and I definitely want to try it at some point. Yeah, some of my Targets near me have Starbuckses, but not Pizza Hut Express anymore. I don't think. Maybe the Hackensack one though, because we do have a Target in Hackensack. There's a Pizza Hut Express inside of Taco Bell. Yeah, Hackensack. Yeah, but they actually have an actual Pizza Hut in Hackensack and a Pizza Hut Express. It's just interesting that they would have that. But no, I personally prefer the regular Pizza Hut over Pizza Hut Express. Oh, good. Yeah, Yellow Jackets are terrible. Yellow Jacket wasps sting you. As a matter of fact, I think I got stung by one the other day. And I have I don't feel pain right away, so I think I felt it, but I don't know. They are painful though. I do not like Yellow Jackets. They sting, and their stings absolutely hurt. I mean, they are not good stings. So, oh, good. That's fun. There's Waffle House in Delaware, really? I thought there. Oh yeah, there is Waffle House in Delaware. Huh. That's interesting. It's funny. There's none in New Jersey, but yeah, Delaware. Yeah, it looks like they have. Looks like they have three of them in Delaware, and they're not like close either. Um, but yeah, huh. That's interesting. They have them in Delaware. That's really interesting. It's funny. They have a Cracker Barrel in Delaware too. Actually, I think they only have one or two. What? Didn't mean to do that. They have none near the Jersey Shore. Closest one is what is it? Redondo Beach. Oh, IHOB. Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, Applebee's is good. IHOP's not bad if you want flavored pancakes. Cracker Barrel's good when you don't want flavored pancakes. 11 Yellow Jackets things? Ooh, that stinks. Yeah, IHOP is meh. I agree. Oof, that stinks. Stinks getting stung by bees. Hello, Ultra Eric. How are you? Sorry if I'm being late on everyone's comments. I'm trying to make sure I get everyone's comments. So if it's delayed, I do apologize. It was Kmart of Electronics. Yeah, Kmart doesn't sell electronics anymore, though. I hope so too. You were in New York City today? That's cool. Yeah, the IHOP thing was just a marketing scheme. That's the whole idea. Everyone believed it, but it was all marketing. Then they changed it back. Okay, that's great. I'm glad your 1 year anniversary is coming up. Okay, that's good. No, no Super Kmarts in New Jersey. J.C. Penney permanently closed the Manhattan Mall and never opened up again. That Ultra Eric. That's been closed for a while now. I'm not sure if you know about that or not, but that's been closed for a while now. They closed that one permanently, and then the one at the Malte Plaza literally lasted for 2 years. Second shortest lived department store. The shortest lived department store was Neiman Marcus and Hudson Yards, but who would have predicted a once in a century pandemic? Ouch! 11 stings. Oh my! Were you rushed into the emergency room? That must have been painful. 11 stings. Wow, that sucks. Well, they have to work with tenants at Freehold Raceway Mall. It's going to be a while, and the other thing is the climate of the pandemic is really going to be very heavy on what replaces those anchor spots at Freehold Raceway Mall. But they need to do it fast because that property is every day that those anchor spots don't have tenants inside them, that the property's losing money. So they have to do something fast and quick and get that mall back on the road because otherwise that mall's going to be toast. Hamilton Mall is unfortunately a loss. Now, there's no recovering the mall, unfortunately, especially since it's owned by Namedar. They almost didn't pay an electric bill. Hamilton Mall is a huge loss. And I mean, the Macy's, which is a 3-level Macy's in the middle of absolutely nowhere, that will be going as well, probably next year. Barnes and Noble. I liked Borders colors, but Barnes and Noble had a lot more class to it. Borders was very like modern. Okay, let's see. What is a United hub in New Jersey? Newark Liberty International Airport. That's the only one. Uh, that's that's what's it called? That's United's premier East Coast hub in the United States is Newark Liberty Airport. And I do firmly believe that United is the largest airline in the New York City area. So yeah, but that's the United hub that serves New Jersey and New York City as well. But New York City gets credit for that United hub. Actually, United recently started flying out of JFK. They fly out of all three airports except the only destinations that United flies out of John F. Kennedy is Los Angeles International Airport and San Francisco. Los Angeles because they compete with Delta, American, and JetBlue, and San Francisco because that's where United's main West Coast hub is. But LaGuardia, they fly to Chicago O'Hare, Denver International, Houston, Texas, and Washington Dulles. It's interesting. Spirit Airlines got a flight to Los Angeles recently, which is interesting. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Primark, I don't exactly think would replace J.C. Penney. I would think that they try to get a supermarket there too. I don't think Primark would be looking to be there unless they wanted to be very close to Macy's. It's either going to be a supermarket or a Century 21's looking for a prime location. They could pick up that Manhattan mall space for absolutely nothing. Don't know. Yes, Hamilton's in serious trouble. 20B. Ooh, that stinks. Yeah, that could hurt. Yeah, but they have somewhat of an anchor replacement there. So it's not a huge loss, but it's definitely concerning. Yeah, I'm sure they'll put some entertainment things in that mall, I'm sure. I even saw 5. I mean, that's normal. As seen on TV, is permanently closed at Westfield Garden State Plaza. Doesn't surprise me at all. Does not surprise me. I don't think so. I think Southwest only flies into LaGuardia, I believe. Or yeah, no, they made the difficult decision to discontinue services for Southwest after the grounding of the 737 Max, I believe. Yes, I've flown. I've flown to the Bahamas, Cancun. I've done trip reports too on this. Bahamas, Cancun, Las Vegas, Orlando. I've flown to flown to Paramus Park. Not Paramus Park. I'm sorry. I'm literally looking at something else, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I've flown to Las Vegas, California, Orlando, Bahamas, Cancun, and I've flown to Salt Lake City too. By the way, I went to the new Moynihan Train Hall that was named after U.S. Senator Patrick Moynihan. By the way, it's a nice train hall, but they limit hours in that spot. I guess they don't want the homeless ruining it, which I guess makes sense. They have to do that. Me and my girlfriend did Livingston and then Short Hills yesterday. She laughed at the prices at Neiman Marcus. I mean, yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive stuff. But there's people that live in that area of New Jersey that have the money to drop on that stuff. Las Vegas to Denver. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it'll be unlikely. They're reopening up Quaker Bridge though, and Freehold, I believe, are both reopening. But yeah, I don't think they'll be coming back to Willowbrook. I don't think so. Westfield Garden State Plaza really needs an Italian restaurant at the mall. Though they definitely need an Italian restaurant. I think the Pinstrips is going to do really well there. The oldest mall I know, I would have to say probably Roosevelt Field because it opened in 1956. Unless that other mall, I think that mall in Minnesota near Mall of America is the oldest in the country. Sears hometown stores and the future of them, they will all rebrand to another name. The Sears name is no longer valuable, so they'll just rename all the Sears hometown stores to something else. I don't see Sears hometown staying around much longer. I even think Sears Home and Life was a failed project. Thanks a lot, Eddie Lampert. Yeah, that's definitely not the oldest mall I know. What, you mean the Moynihan Train Hall? I mean, I really have no plans to go to New York City at the moment. But yeah, I guess, yeah. No, I don't have any plans to go there. But I definitely would like to see the train hall, yes, at some point. Oh, 1965? Yeah, Roosevelt Field opened in 56. Yes, I know. I'm working on getting to Monmouth, but right now with no store closing and no reason to be down there, I'm not making it. I'm not making any type of trip like that. Yes, Sears Outlets got bought by American Freight. Will you go to Kmart again? I don't know, honestly. Unless I get permission to film there and they specifically say, yeah, then I would go. But I don't know if I'll ever step foot in a Kmart again, to be honest. Um, I mean, the closest one to me is up in Westwood, I believe. It's about a 30-minute drive. But maybe one last time just to, get taking some nostalgia. I mean, it's the last one in my area too. After that one goes, still got Sears in Jersey City that's kicking though. But yeah, once Kmart and Westwood goes, that's it. And actually, Westwood is closed tomorrow because of the Bergen County Blue laws. But yeah, did they kick you out of Kmart? I never got kicked out of a Kmart. I was asked to stop filming. The only store I got kicked out of was a Lord and Taylor. That's because the stupid liquidator for that was working at that Lord and Taylor store freaking kicked me out. But I mean, I left. I mean, obviously, I wasn't going to stay. So yes, Modell's is gone. Yeah, there's only 17 Kmart's left that are not liquidating right now, and 26 Sears stores because Astor Place sadly closed. but that deal's being worked on for a while, so that didn't surprise me personally. CarQuest. Oh, so probably some generic company they brought in for that. So that makes sense. What's interesting is American Dream is implementing some attractions that can also be found at Palisade Center. Doesn't surprise me at all. American Dream is going to kick the crap out of Palisade Center. Says as much as sad as that sounds, Palisade Center will probably become a dead mall in the next couple of years. Macy's in Short Hills and Macy's in Livingston are like night and day with their store presentations. The difference between the two stores is Macy's in Livingston is a neighborhood Macy's, which is probably going to be closing next year given the anchor lineup at Livingston. And Macy's Short Hills is a much more attractive store. As look at the anchor lineup. You got Macy's, Bloomingdale's, what else? I could name Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom. I still think Saks leaving that mall was a huge mistake in favor of American Dream. I'm not looking forward to seeing that location when it's done, to be honest. So, what was I going to say? Will you film Sears in Jersey City? The elevator? Yeah. I don't know about a store tour, though. I'll get all kinds of employees on me. Unfortunately, yeah, no, I'll get a whole bunch of employees on me when I'm filming the store, but I'll definitely film the escalators and the elevators. It's just if you film a Sears store, uh they would catch you. Oh, that's good. Vacuum cleaners. Yeah, well, the rugs are brought in by the liquidator. They're doing that a lot more now at Sears. I went to basically every Lord and Taylor in the state, and they were just and the liquidators were bringing rugs. They pulled the same thing at Century 21, but that's because both stores at the time were using the same liquidator for the liquidation. What's square one? When you go back to the drawing board, basically. Oh, okay, that's great. Where were the escalators replaced? Oh yeah, Jersey City with Schindler. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I'll see. It's just they actually endorsed it. I said as long as I didn't film customers. Yeah, I tried that at Paramus Park, but that's probably because I had a camera on me and we were told to leave. So I guess it depends on who you talk to. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll try and film Sears Jersey City. Okay. All right. Bye. Finally take my headphones off. Square One store? I don't know, but hopefully we shall see what happens with Century 21. Oh, well, yeah, the employees probably know at this point that Sears and Kmart are basically his. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so yeah, I mean they probably know that Sears and Kmart are over at this point. Um, but anyways. Yeah, so anyways. Any last minute questions? Never tried using precision. Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense. So, all right. So I think we're approaching the end of the stream. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get off now. But I want to thank you guys for joining me on Q&A live stream number 168. I know
it's nothing is going out of business at the moment, but I will keep you guys posted if I do hear something. In fact, before we leave, let's see if there was any store closings announced today before we go ahead and depart the stream. I know I'm sounding like an airport now, but it's always good to check and see if we have any stores closing. Doesn't seem like that. Just a couple of mom and pop shops could create. Oh wow, that's crazy. All right, so thank you guys for watching Q&A live stream number 168, and we will see you guys next time. That will be it. Bye, everybody.